And now, please welcome our next presenting speaker, Dr. Vikram Chauhan from India, an Ayurvedic doctor, author, and entrepreneur. As the CEO and founder of Planet Ayurveda, he has dedicated over 25 years to researching ancient Ayurvedic formulas and developing effective herbal formulations to restore health and minimize the side effects of chemical treatments. Today, he will discuss how Ayurveda can effectively manage immune-thrombocytopenia by addressing its root causes and promoting holistic healing. The stage is yours.
Hello. It's good to be here and people with so much synergy. Everybody is coming for Ayurveda. Thank you for being here and listening to me. I was born and brought up in India, and I set up this company with the motive to spread Ayurveda all over the planet. So, because I love Ayurveda, you also love Ayurveda, so this was my motive. And I did MD in herbal pharmacology in Dravya Guna, and I also do clinical practice in North India. And during my practice, I saw so many complicated patients. Every day I see 30 to 50 patients in my clinic, and many of them, they are very complicated. So I came across certain diseases which were really, really difficult or incurable in modern medical system. So, but I was following certain Ayurvedic principles, and I came across a patient about 15 years ago, and this was a child, and he was really in a terrible situation because this disease, the platelets, they are not going above 5,000 or 10,000. It's bleeding, and the patient is in hospital. The immunoglobulin is not working. So many steroids are being given. But I gave some Ayurvedic herbs and Ayurvedic combinations, including colloidal silver. So I'm not going to talk about colloidal silver here, but I gave him that also. And to my surprise, the patient who was suffering for about 6 months or maybe more since his birth, he was fine within 3 days. In the platelets from 5,000, it went to more than 150,000. So I was surprised. I thought I should look what is happening, and then slowly more patients, they started coming in. So I started keeping the record, and then here it is. I would like to present. Something is wrong. Okay. So you are able to understand English? So everybody is fine with English? Because I don't know Czech. Dobre? This thing? This is changing the slides? Okay. Like this. Okay, so Idiopathic Thrombocytopenic Purpura through Ayurvedic lens. When I saw the first patient, he was fine in 3 days, so I was surprised, and then more and more people, they started coming in. Then I thought maybe I should look and study this rare disease because it is very, very rare, and it is an autoimmune disorder when the platelets go really down, and the symptoms are mainly bleeding and these subcutaneous bleeding and also bleeding from so many other places. And the patient is in very bad situations. The symptoms, they are easy bruising, red spots, heavy menstruation in the woman, and bleeding from body orifices, and tiredness and weight loss. So most of the time the patient is in hospital undergoing strong immunotherapies and also IVIGs, corticosteroids, and these platelet infusions. So it is a rare disease. I see a lot of patients. After 15 years of my career, I saw the first patient of ITP, and then I used, they expected a lot from me. I used only Ayurvedic medicines and it was fine. So to my surprise also, so I studied more and then more patients came. So global incidence of ITP is very, very less. Mainly the patients who are suffering, they are young children, not the adults, but young children, mostly 3 times more than the adults. So about very few cases. And what is the treatment? When the patient is bleeding and suffering from the problem, the first line of treatment is this steroids and immunoglobulins, and the combination of these and others like immunosuppressants also given. And sometimes the spleen is also removed to increase the platelet count, because it is also destroying the platelets. And how the Ayurveda sees this platelet disease. Ayurveda says that it is an imbalance of the Pitta dosha. So Ayurveda believes in these 3 energies, 5 elements. So 5 elements of the universe presented in the body as 3 energies, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So I saw this from that angle when these things were not working. So I thought it is a Pitta imbalance. So Ayurvedic books mention this as a Raktapitta in Charak Samhita, chapter 4 of Charak Chikitsa Sthana. This was mentioned as Raktapitta, and this was the symptoms were same, and the treatment was to balance the Pitta. So I thought I should apply the same principles. So modern view is autoimmune, and there is no exact cause. What is triggering the autoimmune response? But Ayurveda says these autoimmune diseases, which are very complicated, they are triggered by some antigen formations in the gut, because of the contradictory foods we consume, because of the certain types of disturbance in the gut biome. There are certain antigens which are formed, that is called ama in Ayurveda. So ama concept was unique to Ayurveda, and the ama goes into the blood, and the body is creating certain antibodies, and those antibodies, they are destroying the platelets, which are normally formed in the bone marrow, and when they come into the blood, they are destroyed. So the bone marrow is fine, the bone marrow is tested, but it is normally producing the platelets, but they are being destroyed in the blood. So what to do? If just do platelet transfusion, or take out the spleen, or give some steroids. So this was all temporary solutions, or give the immunosuppressant. That was also not fixing the problem. So Ayurveda says the Pitta imbalance is caused by these consumption of excessive hot, sour, salty, spicy food and such things which were there. And sometimes I saw that these small children, they are not eating such things, and many patients, they are not having these things. But I noticed that mostly the prakriti of the person was also Pitta. So Ayurveda sees everybody as different. Some people are Vata, some people Pitta, some people Kapha. So categorization of people was according to the doshas, right from the birth. So I analyzed that most of the people who are suffering from ITP, they were also Pitta people. So I categorized them also. And so I need to give something cooling, which can balance the Pitta and solve the issue. And that aggravated Pitta, as per ancient book Charak Samhita, aggravated Pitta is causing this blood disorder and causing the bleeding from various body orifices. So what we should avoid in this ITP? According to Ayurveda, so certain diet is responsible for this autoimmune response, which are contradictory foods like milk and milk products. They should never be consumed with something sour. So if you imagine, just take milk and put some lemon on it, it will become acidic. So it will rot. So certain these junk food, fast food was also responsible for the formation of these antigens in the gut, and also mixing up of animal proteins. Animal proteins, they had certain reactions with the sour things, the milk products, dairy, and the non-vegetarian food, which was causing these kind of Pitta imbalances. So in Ayurveda, ghee is explained as the balancer of Pitta. So I recommended ghee, not other dairy products. And I recommended certain natural plant-based diet, completely plant-based, and totally skip this non-vegetarian or animal-based diet. And then I recommended certain juices which were highly balancing the Pitta, and from modern angle also they were rich in many nutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, magnesium, zinc, and so on. But from Ayurvedic perspective, they were Pitta balancing. So I found that these greens, so I always gave green juice in the morning to the patient and red juice in the evening. So green juice and red juice, they were replenishing the demand of the nutrients, and they were also not contradictory to the Ayurvedic principles. They are very useful for balancing the Pitta. And they are also good in antioxidants, polyphenols, and nitrates. And then I thought I should develop some Ayurvedic combinations also, which are very good for the Pitta imbalance. So I used this Amalakki Rasayan. This is Amla. It's very good for the Pitta imbalance. This Ashwagandha is like anabolic booster, like to boost up to stimulate the bone marrow, or modulate the immune system. So many research papers are there on Ashwagandha's role in modulating the immunity. And also this Giloy is there. This is also balancing the Pitta and also modulating the immunity. And Carica papaya was there. And certain this Fumaria indica is there in balancing the Pitta. So these herbs I was using, and I was seeing that most of the patients, they got complete relief. 78% of the patients who were visiting me, they were getting complete relief within 3 to 6 months. So I was astonished what is happening. It is incurable disease. I tried to contact so many hematologists in the world. I tried to contact their conferences so that they should know, they should come to my clinic and see what is happening. But there was no answer. No answer from nobody. Everybody is busy. But I am glad that I am presenting with you. Maybe my voice will go and somebody will come to my clinic and publish it. So I thought I should also publish it. And then I started publishing in various journals also. But still, even after publishing, there is nobody who is taking it seriously. It is an incurable disease, which has very simple cure in Ayurveda. In Indian patients, I am using this silver colloidal silver also, colloidal gold also, and many other Ayurvedic, we call heavy metals here, but they are colloidal and very nano is also confusing here. So it is, you can say, ionized particles which are very active and balancing the doshas. And they are being used in Ayurveda. Silver and gold are also used in Ayurveda from thousands of years. So like Hippocrates use it, Indians also used in Ayurveda. So these are the around 1043. This data is about 3 years old. So from that data, it is 1043. Now it must be around 3000. So they are cured patients. I have their complete records. I have their testimonial videos at my YouTube channel. So I gave that data to different, these are the patients which I have. And they are real patients, because the Europeans and Americans, when they are cured, if you ask them about the testimonial video, they are not interested. And Indians, people don't believe in Indians, that the Indians, because they are poor fellows, they are cured, and they think that this is all fake or something like that. But this is the situation and the reality. But these are real patients who were really suffering, having big medical records, very poor also, some of them fine. So these are the reports which we have when the platelets were like 22,000 here, 368,000 here within 5 months. So we have so many patients. They are coming to me with platelets of 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and they are not going up to more than 25,000 despite all the treatments. So we have published these case studies in different journals also, and this is about the place I'm working. This is my building, and I have about a team of doctors, and we are publishing. We are seeing a lot of patients from around the world, and we have some products also. We are selling the products also in these different countries. So this is another aspect, but being a doctor, I would like all of you to talk about this disease, and I invite hematologists also or the research organizations to take the data from me and utilize it for the benefit of humanity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chauhan, for your contribution to this Congress. Thank you very much.
www.planetayurveda.com पर जाएं और वहाँ पे हमारे जो कंसल्टेंट्स हैं पूरे वर्ल्ड से हमारे पास पेशेंट्स जो है कंसल्ट करते हैं आयुर्वेद के रिलेटेड। हमारे एमडी आयुर्वेदा डॉक्टर्स हैं जो कि व्हाट्सएप वीडियो कंसल्टेशन के थ्रू आपको कंसल्टेशन देते हैं और आप ऑनलाइन अपॉइंटमेंट बुक कर सकते हैं और अपने जो फ्रेंड्स हैं, जो फैमिली के लोग हैं, उनको आप बता सकते हैं।